Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 4. So this is going to be my trailer breakdown for episode 16 of this season, otherwise entitled Run, Iris, Run. But of course, before I get into the rest of the video, let's actually watch that trailer.
You know what makes a great speedster? It's being the light when the world grows dark.
I lost my speed.
Guys, I think I found it. Iris is a speedster now.
I'll take it from here.
It's my turn to do what you've been doing.
All right, a monitor from here then. Other monitor. Wow, it's super annoying.
The Flash, all new this Tuesday at 8/7 Central on the CW.
So one quick thing, at the end of this video, I will be starting a new giveaway, as well as announcing the winner of my last giveaway, so be sure to stick around until the end of that. I'm sure the prizes are of some interest to a lot of you. So last episode was essentially pure filler for this season. I know a lot of people don't like the term filler, but unfortunately that's essentially what it was, apart from maybe a couple of things towards the end and like one or two things at the beginning. But it was a decent episode. Actually, it was a really good episode. That unfortunately in my review, if you watched it, I know like something spoiled it for me, but overall it was a good episode and a nice filler episode to have just to break up the story for this season a bit. But before we jump into the actual breakdown of this trailer, we will quickly go over the synopsis or description for this episode, as it does give us a better idea as to what's going on. But of course, before that, be sure to let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode, as well as being sure to drop a like on it if you're going to enjoy it, and subscribing to the channel if you're new. Team Flash confronts a new bus meta, Matthew, aka Melting Pot, who has the ability to swap people's DNA. During a battle with Team Flash, Matthew accidentally takes Barry's speed away and gives it to Iris. Now with a new threat unleashed on Central City, Barry must act as the team leader while Iris takes on the mantle of superhero Speedster in order to defeat their new foe. So obviously this is a controversial episode for the fandom of the Flash TV show. At first I wasn't really keen for this premise, but they have gone with the most acceptable and realistic way in which Iris comes about the speed powers. I don't think many people can complain about how she's getting them. I mean, that pregnancy rumor that was going around was a nightmare in the making, so thank God we avoided that one. They didn't go with it. That would have caused just controversy might I say. Just imagine that one. Like, I'm getting a vibrating hand to the brain just thinking about it. Anyway, so to start off the trailer, we can see Joe along with Iris as a hostage of sorts, I'm guessing, in a hospital. Now, the person that is holding Iris and probably has a scalpel to her throat, because hospital, probably what they have in this area. That person is actually Matthew, aka Melting Pot, who is highlighted in the synopsis for this episode. As the synopsis also states, he is one of the 12 bus metahumans who has the ability to actually swap people's DNA. So in the case of someone with powers, they would have their powers given to another person. And that is what we see here when Barry's powers are swapped over to Iris West. This is actually a funny scene here, not because of the swapping of powers necessarily, but due to the fact that Melting Pot just runs away, like simply runs away. One common complaint with the show is that non-speedsters will easily just run away from Barry after he's distracted for like 2 seconds, when he should be able to do like 101 things before even starting to run after someone and still catch them really easily. But in this case here with Melting Pot, he actually can't run after him because Iris now has his abilities. Sure, he could run after him, but he's not the Flash anymore. I also know people are complaining about the whole DNA switch thing and how that necessarily wouldn't be how all of this would work, might I say. But there have been even more ludicrous things to happen in not only the Flash, but the Arrowverse as a whole, that I think it is okay to let this one slide. It doesn't make the most sense, but it does get a pass on this one compared to some other things that have been, given a pass in some other shows. As you would expect throughout this episode, we will get some Iris training as a speedster, which makes sense. I think most people are in agreement with me on this point though, as I did bring it up in a previous video of mine. We should expect Team Flash to not really focus on Iris and her powers at first, and more on trying to work on Barry getting his powers back. That will probably go down, in the first 10-15 minutes of this episode, and then as the episode progresses, might I say, we will see Iris be given a shot, or she will just be taking her own chance and going out as a speedster, just hoping that Team Flash will acknowledge her as a speedster in this episode. We did get promo images released a few days back for this episode, which did show Iris in 2 different getups or outfits when out and about as a speedster. The first one was the sleeker look, which is in a lot of the promo material that I'm sure most of you have seen, and the other is her in a sweater or similar type of clothing to that. So I'm not too sure why she has the sweater on, and I will explain why that is now. What she is wearing when she looks more sleek is just that jacket she was wearing when the DNA is swapped initially between herself and Barry at the beginning of this trailer, but just crossed over more when closed up, so yeah. So why wouldn't she be wearing that the whole time? Obviously 99.99% of people that saw the photos before the trailer would have just been thinking that this is just a quick suit made by Cisco in order to withstand the effects of running at super speed, but it is just her jacket from earlier on. Maybe she left it at home and only had a sweater and mask, might I say, to fight some crime with. I don't know. You do, however, see like Team Flash presenting Iris by the looks of it with the suit, so maybe they took her jacket that she was wearing initially and just maybe added some stuff to it to make it like withstand super speed. I'm confused. It's a bit weird. But this does sort of dampen the rumor that this suit will be passed down generations to potential speedster descendants in the Allen family. So this could just be a nod to Jenny Olgnat's suit from the comics, might I say, which it does look pretty similar to in regards to its like pattern and color scheme. Melting Pot won't be the villain that Iris deals with mainly in this episode. You can see Iris capturing Melting Pot with like medicuffs on him and handing him off to police. But the honor of like the big villain that Iris deals with belongs to Jaco Birch, who isn't a bus meta, but will most likely be someone given powers by Melting Pot. Who he took them off to give to Jaco is another question entirely. We'll have to wait and see in the episode, I guess. But he will be played by Max Adler, who is from Glee, so that is another Glee alum in the Arrowverse. We have a few now. Jaco will have fire powers, I'm guessing. He is described as a bit of a pyro, so this should be a hot one for Iris. We do see like pictures with fire in the background and stuff. Now, one of the big talking points from the trailer only is Iris's lightning trail. It is purple, which I'm sure all of you saw in the trailer unless you are legally blind. This has caused some confusion due to the fact that if Iris and Barry swapped straight DNA, wouldn't her lightning be the same color as his? Well, yeah, going by that logic, it should. However, this could indicate what purple lightning actually represents in the Arrowverse. Purple lightning could represent maybe speed without connection to the actual speed force, as some have said, or even like unnatural speed. But seeing as Iris has Barry's DNA, this should be seen as natural speed. But really, I think what it comes down to is that Iris's suit is like purple, sort of. So the purple lightning makes sense in regards to being aesthetically pleasing. It wouldn't look that good if it was yellow or orange coming off that suit. Like if you think about it, it would look terrible, to be completely honest. And yes, for those wondering, Iris only has the powers for this one episode. Just this episode of Run Iris Run is Iris with speedster powers, and really she'll only have them for maybe like 3/4 of the episode, so if you don't want it, you're not going to have to deal with it for too long. The next episode after this one is actually the Kevin Smith directed episode, which should be a lot of fun, and we know Barry has his powers back for that episode. But speaking of Barry, obviously he's without his powers in this episode, so we're just swapping roles essentially. Iris is the speedster, Barry is in the hub of Team Flash, so it's going to be interesting to see him in that role. That's about it really. It's going to be interesting to see Barry do things without speed. We've seen it before on the show, but yeah, it's basically the same as that, I guess. So nothing really new with Barry. It's more Iris. Everything's new for her. Now on to the giveaway. So we'll start off the new giveaway first before we announce last week's giveaway. So this new giveaway is actually for Justice League or Thor Ragnarok on Blu-ray or DVD. So both of these movies come out. Thor came out this week in Australia at least, and Justice League comes out in exactly a week. So whoever wins this can choose between either Thor Ragnarok or Justice League on Blu-ray or DVD, depending on what platform you want it on. Now to enter this giveaway, it's pretty simple. All you have to do is head over to my Instagram and follow the Instagram. That's it. I can set everything up, so I'm picking people that are actually following and stuff from this video. So yeah, if you head over to my Instagram, follow it, that's all you have to do, and you're in the chance to win either Justice League or Thor Ragnarok on Blu-ray or DVD, and I will announce the winner, might I say, in my next Flash trailer breakdown. If you don't watch it, I can still message you on Instagram and you'll get the notification that you did win. But last week's giveaway winner is actually Kai Preston, who left this comment. So Kai, all you have to do is message me on YouTube and we'll sort out your details to send out that prize that you have won. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, it'd be awesome if you drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comments section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. Just leave all of your opinions in the comments section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. Goodbye.